We want you to participate with this YouTube podcast, and we want you to guess how many people that Robert has instructed. And so you got to kind of tell us like when you started instructing the class.
In 2016, when Polished Concrete University opened up, initially involved with just support. And then about 6 months into that, I took over the role as instructor. And since then, we've had classes almost every other week, month after month. Even through COVID, we continued. So for almost 9 years, I've been instructing.
Oh, and they're watching these influencers make these gorgeous floors, right?
Yes.
And they're like, oh, I'm going to do that. Right?
Make your mistakes, move along, try something else. But coming to a class is going to set you up as a business to help you avoid mistakes.
So it's really, this is a trade school, wouldn't you say?
Yes. This is not come here, buy our product, go home, and we don't see you again.
Because we want to make sure that we are going to be giving away a free scholarship day, right? Or not a day, but for the week. They're going to be able to come to the class, right?
Yep.
No charge.
Yep.
We're going to pay for your airfare. We're going to pay for your hotel. You're going to come to South Florida to the land of make-believe.
Genie land.
Yep. And you're going to meet Robert himself personally. Learn how to do this as a business. We have a frequent buyer program where you can earn yourself. Everybody creates their own reality. This is the reality. This here is the training center for the Venetian Plast. The goal is to have 100 stores by the end of 2027. Epoxy will change your life. Anyways, hey, welcome back to the XPS podcast. This is episode number 2. If you caught the first one, I had a lot of people that said, hey, Chris, when is the next one, right? So I said, well, we're going to make this next one really special. And we are making it super special. We have somebody very special here. It's our special guest appearance from Robert Maviglia, who is the main instructor here at Xtreme Polishing Systems and the Polished Concrete University. Welcome, Robert.
Thanks for having me. I'm honored to be your first guest.
Well, yeah, listen, I'm glad that, there weren't many people that were lined up. So I went to the first gentleman I thought was the most important to have here, right? As many people are going to come on the show, they're all important, right? But Robert has a special place in my heart because he was the one that basically really stepped to the forefront here, and we're going to talk to him about why he stepped up to the forefront here and what got him involved in this industry, right? So the first question I'm going to ask you, Robert, is what made you come down to take our first training class for Polished Concrete University?
Well, I'd already been in the industry for a little bit and using some of your products. I was using diamonds that the company I worked for bought. They were great diamonds. I heard you had an open house. You offered additional training, experience twice a year. So when I came down, I was impressed with your show that you put on. And I went back home, continued using your diamonds. And about at the same time, I looked for a change in my life. We were looking to move. So Florida was the destination.
So where are you originally from? Because I'm sure people would like to know, like, where you from, right?
No, I grew up in New Jersey. My whole life I spent in New Jersey, dealt with the winters, from the mountains to the shores. Loved the state. But there was a time for a change. So Florida was the destination.
Nice. Yeah, Florida. What a great place, huh?
Absolutely.
I call this the land of good and plenty.
Oh, yeah.
And it's also the land of make-believe.
All rolled up in one. Absolutely.
Right. So when the people come down to this training class, right, like this is a destination. I've always, we call this Genie Land that we're in today.
Yep.
Right.
That's our training center.
Because there's Disneyland, there's Disney World, and it's like a destination people are looking forward to coming to.
Absolutely.
Yep. And this gentleman here is really like the Wizard of Oz. Like he's the guy that they've traveled many miles for, across the yellow brick road, and they land into your class, right?
Yes.
And when I say it's your class, it is your class, right?
I try and take control of the class. I try and lead the students down that yellow brick road. At the end, I show them that, I might be the man behind the curtain. So they're holding all of the information in front of them. I just have to help them get to that information.
Yeah. So we have these podcasts put together because there's a lot of people out there that really don't know what they want in life. They're caught in an hourly job. They're caught in a service industry of serving food. They're waiters, they're waitresses, they're bartenders.
Right.
They're firefighters.
Yep.
They're policemen. You know what I'm saying? They're not making quite enough money to sustain on this earth, right?
Yep.
Because
I've had a lot of different people here from, as you said, hourly workers, lawyers, doctors, emergency personnel. So we get a lot of different people here looking for change.
actually one guy I can remember, right, that I want to talk about, right, was this gentleman that was a plastic surgeon.
Oh my gosh. Yep. We've had a plastic surgeon. Absolutely. So that would be unexpected. And he was still practicing while taking the class.
But he's still in a continuing education where he still wants to learn.
Absolutely. Type A personality. He's a go-getter. He's out there. He's continually educating himself, even if it's not in a profession that you would think doesn't require additional training. He's being creative. So he's opening up, roads in front of him.
That's
For sure.
nice, right?
Yeah.
So we all have to have roads to go down, right? And a lot of times we make wrong turns.
Yep.
Like I've gone down a lot of wrong turns, okay?
Made a couple myself.
Yep, yep. But the
Well,
people that are out there that are watching this, right?
Mhm.
They're still trying to figure out what they want in life, maybe, right? Or maybe they're in this industry and they want to further their education and they want to learn more. They want to learn more tricks of the trade, call it, right? And tell me about your tricks of the trade and like really what you're trying to teach them when they come into this class. Like what would they expect from you?
Over the course of my life, I've been in construction for quite a while, and I've taken a lot of these training courses myself. So some of what I've tried to offer to the students in my presentation is real information, real world. I often tell people this is a process, not a product. So they could take it away, really their new skills and use it with anybody's product. We're not really endorsing that. We don't want that. But the truth of the matter is we know that, you're never going to have everything at your fingertips all the time. And my point is to train people so that they're successful. Um,
Which
I think that's the
Which is
the
great.
yeah,
And the big thing I always try and reiterate to people when they come down, they're like, listen, there's other people's products out there that you can use, right? And we also kind of recommend them to use other people's products.
absolutely. Yeah, you need to compare products. They see them firsthand here. We don't just use one product, as you know, we use many different products. But they have a base to compare to when they leave for sure.
Right, which is really nice. I like it because I answer some of the phone calls that come in, from people that are just like getting into the process of like I am asking you some questions about your class, like I want to learn about this business, right? And I always say to them, the tagline is, "Hey, epoxy will change your life," right?
Oh, absolutely.
And we can say that we've witnessed it change many people's lives. Like, can you explain to me or to the audience out there a couple of, for instances?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I've had some calls where people after the class call me up and just want to talk to me. I don't want to say as a father figure. I don't think I'm that old yet to have kids. But they feel comfortable after the class that they can talk to me about some personal items where their life was not going in the right direction, and the class had changed their life, and it has become positive. Their income flow has increased, which makes me very happy. I'm happy to see people growing personally as well as in business.
Yeah,
For sure.
for sure it is. And I know that we talk to people on a personal level. You know what I'm saying? We are interested in what they have out there. We care about people, right? Like that's the one thing that people kind of
100%.
separate us from the competitors, right? They're like, you guys really care, you know?
I care maybe sometimes a little too much. That's what the people tell me. But we do care about the people individually, and we open our phones up to them so that we're accessible, where sometimes some of these other companies may not be as accessible as us. And that's part of the XPS family. That's what we all here collectively try and do is support the contractors out in the field.
So while we're out there talking about like the people that are out there in the field or the people that are out there watching, right? So we want to give away some of our swag that we call, right?
Nice.
We have these beautiful hats that are the rock hard baseball hats. We got some rock hard t-shirts here.
Very nice.
Robert's wearing the one right there with the rock hard gold on it.
It's a metallic thing.
And then we have the backpacks. I got a few different ones. I got these in black and I got them in different camo color. This is
Desert camo.
This is a Desert Storm
Yeah. Nice.
edition, right? So Rock Hard, that's the brand of the coating that you install mostly in the class, correct?
Absolutely. Rock hard epoxy, 100% solids, clear epoxy, which basically does everything you need it to do from patch and repair up to the most decorative metallics that everybody's looking for.
Yeah, so the decorative metallics are really, I think, what gets people to make the phone call, right? Because they see these beautiful marbleized looking countertops, or they see these floors that are coming across on Instagram from influencers or from people that really,
For sure.
the resin family, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Everybody's a resin,
Oh, absolutely.
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we love Don Resin, we love
Yep.
the JP resins, we love all the different, resin family members. Why haven't you changed your last name to Robert Resin?
I should. RR. Maybe I will. We'll see. I think that could be in the future.
Yeah, now I don't know, is resin Italian?
Resino, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. See, from New Jersey. I mean, you got to be from Italian, right? If you're coming from Jersey.
I know a guy. Maybe I could change it.
I used to love it. I'd watch the Soprano show, which was always a great show.
Gabagool.
Gabagool, gabagool. Anyways, but let's talk about, because we want to ask the question to the audience out there, right? Because people are going to want to get some of this free gear,
Sure.
and we want you to participate with this YouTube podcast, and we want you to guess how many people that Robert has instructed. And so you got to kind of tell us, like, when you started instructing the class.
From the inception, 2016, when Polished Concrete University opened up, I was initially involved with just support. And then about 6 months into that, I took over the role as instructor. And since then, we've had classes almost every other week, month after month, even through COVID, we continued. So for almost 9 years, I've been instructing.
9 years. So a couple weeks out of every month for 9 years.
Yep, absolutely. Every other week. Keeps me busy.
So that's like 220 or 230 classes, like if I was to get my calculator out.
You can use my fingers. I think we're close.
We'll get the abacus next
Yeah.
time, right? So we want you to be able to guess exactly how many people that Robert has instructed, right? That's come through the class.
Down here in Pompano?
In Pompano Beach.
All right. So these people are going to be guessing. Let's see if they could get close.
Yeah. So I'm going to say, if you can get within 100 people, right, of how many people Robert has instructed, we're going to get you some free gear. Right?
Nice.
So we're going to reach out to you after, and we're going to get your information, and we're going to make sure we send you out some free gear, because people like free gear.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, I know I do.
I want to see those numbers. Let's see what people are thinking.
Yeah. So you guys just enter down below. Tell Robert what a great guy he is. He likes to hear that, right?
My head's big enough, but I got room for more.
We applaud Robert every time in the class, because he's such a great instructor. And I'm going to tell you right now, this man, all he has, and talk to us about your Square One Enterprises Facebook page that they could go to.
Well, as a instructor, I work here for XPS, but I have my own business, squareoneenterprises.org, if you want to check that out. On there, you could see my instruction, what we do in classes, a little bit about myself, learn who I am, and see what I've been teaching people. And the nice thing is, you'll see the reviews I've received, which I'm very proud of. I really am taken when I see the reviews and some of the really kind things people say to me. I do really appreciate that. It does make me feel good.
Would that be like a hint, maybe like a percentage of the people that came through the class leaving reviews?
It's a good percentage. If I had to guess the number, I don't know exactly. It's more than one.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's a hint, more than one.
More than one.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll give you. There's you're up there. There's you could go over 100 or 200. I think that'll get you started.
Yeah, but yeah, and you get to be within 100. So
yeah, absolutely. You have a good shot at it.
But there's a fair amount, because Robert, we've keep track of this, and we have a little counter up on top of the refrigerator, and we'll take a picture of that maybe and show that to them, like going into episode number 3, so they can see
Absolutely
if they were within the 100, right?
Good idea.
Yeah,
Yep.
we'll take a picture of that. What would you say is the most unexpected thing that's happened to you in one of your classes?
Wow, most unexpected thing. Um, well, luckily no one's fallen, so far that's good. Some people have ended up in the soup out in the field, but I've hadn't have the pleasure of seeing anybody fall in, including myself, which is a good thing. Um, I don't know. I don't know what. Nothing unexpected yet.
Okay.
Maybe I need to be prepared.
Well, when you talk about people falling in the soup, right? Like maybe people out there don't really know what the soup is, but why don't you explain that?
Well, we're working with a liquid resin. Imagine flooding your floor with water, perhaps. Only this water is oily and sticky, like honey. And we're walking on spike shoes, so we're not actually stepping in it with our feet. We've got spikes on, and while you think you got these really sharp spikes that are going to hold you tight, they actually are not that good for that. So you could slip. And, as I mentioned, some people have out in the field, and, it's not a pleasant feeling.
It's not fun.
No. If you've been sprayed by a skunk and have to get washed with tomato juice, in this case, you have to get washed with acetone,
Wow.
which is not good.
No, you don't want.
No.
But, well, let's just talk about that, right? Because I like
Yep.
to talk about health, right?
Sure.
And I always tell people, I said, without health, you can never get wealth,
Correct.
right? So talk to us about maybe some of the precautionary measures that people can take while they go out there into the field to install rock hard material or somebody else's epoxy.
Well, I think we have to understand that we want to protect ourselves first. So that's going to include protecting your hands with proper gloves, safety glasses. Some people don't think they might look cool. Unfortunately, I'm wearing glasses 24/7. So in this case, safety glasses are important because we don't want that liquid in our eyes. And then, most importantly, is a respirator. A respirator covers your nose and mouth. And these are all chemicals, solvents. They're nasty. They're going to get into your bloodstream. So we want to protect ourselves, including clothing. This product gets on your skin and you have to clean it, as I just mentioned, with maybe acetone. Again, not good for your skin. It's going to dry out, get into your bloodstream. So while we do have a good time here, while we do joke around a lot, we take it seriously, your health, my health, and encourage you to protect yourself with the proper PPE.
Yeah. So even wearing like long sleeve shirts opposed to wearing short sleeve, right?
Absolutely. Long sleeve shirts, pants. You really want to keep this product off of your skin and out of your system. Yeah.
That's definitely an important thing for people to listen to that. And a lot of people work with chemicals, right? And you just become accustomed to it or you're grinding and you're breathing in this dust, right? And you think
Yep.
that, the little handkerchief that you have tied around your face is,
No.
is, is proper.
No, the little dust mask, the paper dust mask, is not going to work for you, especially if you're doing it day in and day out. Ventilation is very important as well. So we'll encourage you to use fans on your job site. We go through all of that in our class. I do talk about health and safety. I do practice what I preach. So throughout the class, the takeaway message is you only get one life. So make sure that you can extend it, protect yourself. Because in the end, this is decorative. It's not life threatening. It shouldn't have to be where you injure yourself for the sake of a floor.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree. What would you say is like the hardest part to somebody that's going to come in here for the first day, right? Like, what do you think their hardest thing is that they have to overcome day one?
The amount of information that we're going to discuss could be overwhelming at first. I think some of the internet, as you said, some of the influencers, some of this really polished productions that you see on Instagram and YouTube could lead you to believe that maybe it's magic or very, very easy. And while I don't want to scare you away from this, just pay attention during the class, get you through everything you need to know, and make it as easy as possible for you.
Well, I noticed that a lot of people, I always ask them at the end, I said, do you feel confident enough to where you can go and install a floor on your own? And everybody always shakes their head yes.
I try to do my best. I really try and give all the information I can for people, where I take away some of the surprises, some of the things, the pitfalls that they may get into. And, there's no reason for it. So I don't leave anything out. If anything, I really provide a lot of information to help them avoid problems.
Talking about that, would you be able to, like, share with the audience out there, like, what would be a pro tip that you might be able to give today that might surprise somebody that's, like, in this business, like, that maybe that they don't know?
The one thing I might say is the use of the preparation of the floor. Certainly, there's grinding. We know about that. A lot of people talk about different layers, and one of the most important layers for me is going to be a primer. The primer coat really is your footing that builds that decorative floor. So once we understand that piece, the other parts fall into place, and you can avoid a lot of problems just with a primer.
Just a primer, it's a simple thing.
Simple thing, often overlooked.
Right,
Very misunderstood.
right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, obviously, the more layers that you have on your floor, right,
Absolutely.
the longer the floor is gonna last.
Absolutely. So there's always dollars and cents. People sometimes get a little bit afraid when they see the dollars and cents with the material that you're putting down. One thing we want you to understand is that as I teach you to do this, we're teaching you to do this as a business. So it's for money making purposes.
Correct.
We're not trying to rip anybody off, but we're making sure that you pay for your materials and that you earn a decent wage and you could support yourself and your workers and run a business for many years to come, not as a flash in the pan.
Right, that's the number one thing, right? Like, there's a lot of people that are out there right now, and they're watching these influencers make these gorgeous floors, right?
Yes.
And they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna do that, right? And I'm gonna become rich overnight," right?
Right.
Like, in anything in this world that I've ever thought of, like, 'cause I'm considered an entrepreneur, right? Like, I've tried
Oh,
other things in my life, right? And I've lost my ass on many things, right? But when you get into this industry, right, you gotta realize that you're in it for the long haul, right? If you wanna get into it for just a quick hustle to make some quick money, you can do that, right? But once you start to realize how much income you can make in this industry, it does become a life thing.
Oh, absolutely. I think if you're coming here, we want you to be in a business long term. If you're just coming for fun, you don't need a class. You could just go have some fun, make your mistakes, move along, try something else. But coming to a class is going to set you up as a business to help you avoid mistakes, which is going to really build your wealth and be credible as a business.
Right. So you besides going over all the applications in this class, right, you talk about, like, how to price jobs.
Oh, absolutely. We go over pricing in detail. We tell you everything you need to know. How much do you pay for products? How do you mark up the products? How do you write up invoices and proposals? We'll go over the details of terms and conditions with everyone. We have a marketing department, of course, and they're going to support you as well. So we go over everything. I break it down to the most basic information. My class is for everybody from the beginner through advanced, because even people who've been doing this for 10 or 15 or 20 years often come and they comment, "Hey, I didn't know that. I found this very useful. This is great information. Wow, I really appreciate your teaching." So there's something for everybody.
The other thing that I've noticed, right, is that a lot of people have come and taken the class, they go start their business, right, and then they start to hire people to come in, right? And what I've always witnessed, right, is when they send their people into the class,
Oh, yeah.
right? How many people would you say you see
Oh, we
like
have
that?
a real good portion of people who will send their employees back, either individually or in groups. We've had groups of, I think, probably the biggest group at any one time was probably 5 people. Of course, I've done private trainings where we've taught more for specific companies, 10 and 15 people in companies. But an interesting thing is after they take the epoxy training class, which is 5 days, they'll go out in the field, do a little bit business, and then they come back for polished concrete and that just supplements their business even more. So there's definitely a return of students who are continuing to grow their business.
Which is really nice.
Yes. Yeah.
I love to see that people take their business seriously, they're investing in themselves, they're investing in the people that work for them, and they're investing really for their community, because their community now benefits from
I believe so.
their trade, right? They get nicer floors in their.
Yeah, I think it's important to have people who are trained properly. Um, sometimes in the class I talk about everybody's a contractor. If you have a truck and access to a supply store, you're a contractor. But contractors don't often go to school. And it's important to get proper information so that you're successful in your business, not only monetarily, but you get return business because you're doing such a great job.
So it's really this is a trade school. Wouldn't you
Oh,
say?
yes, this is not come here, buy our product, go home, and we don't see you again. We want you to continue in your business, and ongoing training is important for anybody,
Yeah.
even established business.
It's amazing. And listen, I'm going to post my number on the bottom of the screen here, right? And I'm going to put Robert's number there, because somebody may want to reach out to Robert, or reach out to me. I always tell people, I say, listen, I said, if you're in a situation, you need help with something, we're more than happy to share our insight with you. We want you to be successful in life, whether you're using our product or not, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, I want to say thank you very much for all of your insight into this.
Right.
The big thing is we want to make sure that we are going to be giving away a free scholarship day, right? Or not a day, but for the week. They're going to be able to come to the class, right?
Yep.
No charge.
Yep.
We're going to pay for your airfare. We're going to pay for your hotel. You're going to come to South Florida, to the land of make believe.
Genie Land.
Yep. And you're going to meet Robert himself personally. You'll be able to say hi to me, and meet the whole family here, because the XPS family is a great family. And I'm going to tell you right now, like, everybody always says, hey, like, well, hey, Robert's a great piece of the whole puzzle here, right? But everybody is, right? Like we've got such a great amount of people here that work for this organization. And I'll be honest with you, like, if we didn't have all these people in place, we wouldn't be here, you and I.
Oh, no, absolutely not. As a matter of fact, I just heard today that we have near 100 people here, which actually surprised me. And it's a team. Certainly can't do this by myself. And we need everybody working together to provide you this incredible learning experience.
And then I want to share something with everybody, right? Because the one thing I always go over in the class, right, is how important it is to answer your telephone, right? So I'm running an ad on Indeed, trying to find an assistant manager for my Milwaukee location. We have a store up in New Berlin, Wisconsin, which is my hometown, up by Brookfield. And every name that's on these resumes has a phone number, right? And every call that I made, nobody answered.
Yeah, big mistake.
Right? Like opportunity, okay, and not only in this business, but in any business, right? If you don't pick up your phone, you're going to miss out maybe on the biggest opportunity that you never had.
100%.
Right? So all these people I called, right? And everybody's saying, well, no, they don't answer their phone because they don't know the area
The
code
number.
that you're calling from, right? Well, I'm like, well, in today's day and age, like when I was a young kid, we had a telephone in our house.
Yep.
We didn't have any of these wireless devices, right?
Well, that was a long time ago, Chris.
Yeah, that was that was a very long time ago.
Let's
And
not talk about that.
and I got 5 brothers, right? And when that phone would ring,
You dive on it?
we would all run for that phone to answer it, right? To see, like, maybe it was that girlfriend that was calling you, or maybe, what it was. But, like, it's a whole different, like,
People think differently now, right?
yeah, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, especially if you're looking for a job. But more importantly, as a business, that's potential money in your bank account.
Yeah. Yeah. So my number one tip for anybody that's out there, right? If you're running your own business, okay, you got to answer the phone, right? I can go on and on about this, because it just really, it gets me going. Like when I watch people just not answer the phone, like, why aren't you answering the phone? Well, I don't know who that is. Well, so what, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's not screaming, hey, it's $1 million. Would you pick up the phone if it said you're going to have $1 million when you pick up this phone?
Yeah, I bet you they'd do that, but in this case, they're missing out on opportunities.
So anyways, I want to say thank you once again. Stay tuned for episode number 3. Make sure that you like this, okay? Make sure that you subscribe.
Yeah.
And make sure that you comment down below so you can get some free swag. Robert, thanks for sharing your story and your insights. And for everybody watching, drop your answers in the comments down below. Robert, can you please ask the question that you would like to see them answer on the bottom here.
Absolutely. Okay. Everybody ready? Why and how do you want to grow your business with Xtreme Polishing Systems Training?
Well, that you're instructing.
Absolutely.
I mean, it could be another instructor because we do have other locations, right?
First.
It is. Robert's got a great place, and he's down here for it, but we do have other locations, right? And I think we should mention that because we didn't.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So we got a new one coming up in Commerce, California.
Nice.
We have Las Vegas, Nevada, for those that like to go to the wild side of life to learn.
Yeah.
We have Dallas, Texas. We have Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Working their way across the country.
We are moving around, right? And we also have Altamont Springs, where we do some training not only for the epoxy in Portuguese and also Venetian plaster. And we also have a Spanish-only training center that's also here across the pond here at in Papa Beach. And I think we also offered a Spanish training in Las Vegas.
Yes.
With Cisco.
Correct.
So the best comment is going to win an XPS prize pack. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow us for more episodes. And remember one thing out there, okay, Robert? I want you to do this in unison with me.
Okay.
Epoxy will change your life. Thank you very much, Robert.
Thank you.
God bless everybody.